Hello everyone, today's video will be a bit more like a podcast that you can listen to, but I'll put some new OTR2 gameplay in the background, so there will be something to watch too. Alright, with that being said, I can start the talking because trust me, there is a lot of stuff to cover. In this video, I want to explain everything related to Off the Roads 2 beta and release versions. Listen carefully because I'll cover the topics of what's new, when the beta testing will start and how you can become a beta tester. Without further ado, let's begin with what we know about the new features of OTR2 that weren't in OTR1. The first major change are the new tire types. Depending on what tire type you'll equip, your car will handle better on asphalt or off-road. Additionally, the cars itself are going to have their own stats of how good they are going to handle on different surfaces. In the topic of stats, the vehicles are going to have a realistic amount of horsepower, torque, weight and other technical values that you can tune with upgrade parts. Unlocking the cars will work in the same way as it was in OTR1, however, after you unlock a specific car, getting more parts for it from a card pack will let you upgrade it. We will also finally have a manual transmission. OTR2 will also have a job system where you can accept and complete job tasks to get money. Some of them are time limited, some are daily, and transport missions are going to be a part of it. They won't be considered challenges anymore like it was in OTR1. OTR2 uses a brand new physics engine they made themselves, allowing for much more accurate collisions. The cars will no longer clip through the ground and you can even transport your car on top of other vehicles. Do you guys remember how buggy was the huge luxury yacht in OTR1? Whenever you put something on it, it would always start sinking and become undrivable. They fixed that too. You can even see that there will be a huge aircraft carrier that can handle the weight of planes landing on it while still being drivable. Okay, we've covered cars, we've covered water vehicles, so now let's talk about planes and aviation in general. The planes received a massive upgrade compared to OTR1. The tilt won't be limited anymore, now you'll be able to do barrel rolls and loops in the air. Additionally, there will be a very fast military jet and few other different planes. Continuing the topic of improvements, the car customization will be totally different compared to OTR1. We can now choose our own paint color without having to choose between a few pre-made liveries. There will also be a livery editor which is currently still in the making. There are also going to be body kits available for some cars. You'll also be able to choose rims separately from the tires and change the rim size and tire profile, but that last one will be introduced later in the release version. Now let's talk about the beta version because that's why most of you are here for. In order for it to start sooner, it won't have all the features I listed above. So far, we know that beta version will feature the entire 256 km² map. However, the challenges are going to be only on the first island for now. The entire map will be explorable, but more challenges, buildings and other stuff for the remaining islands will be added in the updates after the release. The beta was supposed to include one vehicle from each category, like one sports car, one off-roader, one truck, etc. But I have a feeling that since we've waited for so long, they might give us more vehicles to test in the beta. It will feature multiplayer mode and you'll be able to finally exit your car and walk freely in multiplayer. The amount of players in one room still seems to be limited to just 4 players, but the online rooms will now be hosted on an actual server instead of host's phone, which will massively improve performance. In single player, however, you'll now be able to spawn up to 5 vehicles in your world, but stuff like trailers counts as a vehicle too, so for example you can either have 5 cars or 2 cars and 3 trailers spawned at once. There is also going to be AI traffic driving around the map. It all sounds amazing, I know, but you might be wondering how is all of this going to run on your device? And I have the exact answer you are looking for. In order to download and run this game, you need a phone with at least 3 GB of RAM, otherwise the game will show for you as not compatible with your device on the Play Store. I think that's pretty low as for a game released in 2025. For comparison, CarX Street and CarX 3 both need 6 GB of RAM and even with that they run terribly. The size of OTR2 is supposed to be smaller than 1 GB, which is insane considering it will have the biggest map of any mobile game yet. The next important question you may be asking is when will this OTR2 beta test start? And we've got an answer for that too. Arpad from Dogbyte Games recently confirmed that it will start next month, which is August. The best part about it is that you can be a beta tester. How? All you need to do is join the Off the Road official Discord server and wait! Everything related to the beta testing will be posted in the OTR news channel. The testers are going to be chosen amongst the members of the server. I don't know yet how they will choose the people, but I'll let you know as soon as we get an answer. I guess that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any more questions regarding OTR2, write them down in the comments below. I'll try to answer everything that I know the answer for. And one more thing. Everything said in this video is 100% real. The info I've shown you here comes directly from the developers themselves. If you've seen videos like this, don't trust them. These are full of clickbait and misinformation. For real off-the-road 2 news, I recommend subscribing to my channel because here I don't do any clickbait, and by watching my videos, you can be sure that you are up to date with the actual fact-checked OTR2 news. With that said, thank you so much for watching, have a nice day and enjoy the rest of the gameplay.